Okay, Tristan and Roman. So this is what Roman's tachometer looks like. And this bezel up here is a separate piece. It actually fits in the hole in the dash, and then the tack fits inside the hole in the bezel. So those are two separate pieces. So I couldn't find a new gauge that would fit in this size hole. All right, so, and I couldn't find a new gauge that would fit in this size bezel. So I have another bezel here to show you an example. So what we're going to do is one of the gauges, one of the gauges we're going to make we will make a disc, a donut if you will, that will go in the larger bezel and have a hole to mount the gauge in that plate, round plate, donut if you will, and we'll mount this smaller gauge in that donut. And then the tachometer is a little larger than this gauge. This one is 2 5/8. The tachometer is 3 3/8. So we'll be doing the same thing with a 3 3/8 gauge, and the donut will be much narrower. The area between the gauge and the bezel will be much narrower. And I'll have those laser cut out of some stainless, highly polished stainless steel. Okay. Now we lucked up on two of the gauges. We lucked up because the small gauges on Roman's dash, these actually had a 2 5/8 inch gauge, Chris-Craft gauge in them. So we can put this two of the new gauges in the small bezels, and they fit great. So two of the gauges will do this. Those are the outer two, and then there's two that are this size. And one of those gauges that's this size has two gauges within it. It has a amp meter and an oil pressure gauge. So that's what was one of the things that was making it difficult. So we had fuel. So we're going to lose the fuel gauge because we had 5 gauges and 4 holes. Now we're just going to be able to have 4 gauges and 4 holes. So we'll have the two outboard ones that fit like that. We have one over here, and there'll be 2 this size holes side by side. And one of the holes will have a small gauge, and one of the holes will have a slightly larger gauge. So that's how we're going to do it. And that should keep the cost under $1,000. And then you would be able to replace these gauges as they trash for about another $550 plus shipping. So anyway, that's the plan. Hopefully you can tell what's going on by this video. Thank you.